So, Matt, talk to me about months of inventory.
Yeah, months of inventory, like we were mentioning before, this is the highest we've seen since 2011. We saw that spike again after 2017. There was a lot of speculation in Newmarket, a lot of investors piled in. After everything kind of subsided at the beginning of 2017, a lot of people were maybe regretting those decisions to purchase, but also a lot of people put their property on the market to try and get those record prices. And that's what kind of gave us so much of that months of inventory right after the beginning of 2017. And then those people realized that those prices were gone now. Interest rates had risen. Rules around the industry had changed, around housing had changed. And so we saw that uptick. And then slowly, as we went into COVID, interest rates went down and we saw the market rip again. So we are making an upwards pattern here, and it does take time once we peak out here for it to roll over as well.
Yeah. It's so funny looking at this chart because it expresses how I feel. Because in 2017, when that fair housing plan was announced, it changed the game for buyers and sellers overnight. And you can see this happen literally overnight. It just skyrocketed straight up. And that's how quickly things change. We go back to the fall of 2008 with the financial housing crisis down there in the US and what we had experienced up here in the north, and just the instability in the financial markets. Same thing. I remember being at open houses and it being super busy. The very next weekend, crickets, all showing stuff. Like that buyer confidence is the biggest thing. And when you mess around with it, like when our government enacted the fair housing plan, they did it overnight. They made the announcement and they said effective immediately. And that just threw everything up in the air. That ruins all confidence because you're not giving us time to adjust with the plan. We're playing by one set of rules, and now you just changed it. And then you look at the change in rules, and like you said, you look at the changes that came in interest rates, and you get this impact here. But I gotta say, it's that overnight change, that changing without letting everybody know what's going on, giving the market time to adjust. It's kind of like what Donald Trump is doing with tariffs. He's saying, hey, I'm not saying in 5 years we're gonna come independent. I'm saying that tomorrow I'm enacting these things and you guys all have to jump and try and figure it out. Now I'm stopping. Now I'm going. Now I'm stopping. But that's something that will make this change happen so quickly. And I love seeing charts like this because it just reminds you of like how it was when you were in it, because that's exactly how it felt for us as realtors and as we were helping our clients work their way through.